Hello! If you're watching, today we're doing something a little bit different. First off, I don't usually talk in my videos, so hello, how are you? Second off, it is very early in the morning. This is when I was awake. This is not Dead by Daylight, it's not Project Zomboid. This is Cultist Simulator, which is a game I have really been trying to like for a long time. And it's been a while since I played it, and I would like to try it again. I was explaining this game to my best friend, and I was going to stream it, and he could not get into his account. So this video is mostly for my buddy, but if you're not my buddy, then you can pretend to be my buddy for a little while, because I'll be talking like I'm talking to him directly. So we're just trying something a little new here. I'm not an expert at this game. Whenever I was playing it actively, I was not an expert at this game. This is not a guide. This is not a blind look. This is just someone who's playing it, okay? If I wanted to get back into the game I left off with, I would hit that. I don't want to do that. I want to start completely new, so I'm going to do this. And then we're going to start new. Okay, the aspirant, alone in this chilly city with my useless education and my dreams. What now? Could I be something more? So, something that you're gonna notice, and I'm gonna say this now because I know that I have a handful of subscribers for whom English is not a first language. This is a very abstract kind of... Oh. Right, I forgot you have to pause it. It's a very abstract game. They say things in ways that are not super direct. Whenever I checked to see how the game looked, whenever I just kind of trial ran this on my own again, it explains more than I thought it would explain, but it's not clearly plain English like how it actually works. But from what I do know, there are some translations, I believe. So if you're interested, then maybe give that a check if you speak something other than English. So this is I guess I could describe it as like a card management style of game. We have this here, work, earn a living, or practice the invisible arts. The only option that we have right here is a card called menial employment, a precarious position as a hospital porter. Miserable, but it's all you can find just now. And this shows us where to put the card. So we're going to open that up. I mean, there's no other options. These little things up here that I'm moving around right now are where new things will spawn in. You're going to see me moving a lot of stuff on the screen. I remember that. That's how that used to happen. Another shift, mopping the darkened hallways, delivering post to hollowed-eyed invalids, trundling corpse-laden gurneys to the basement. And that's the kind of game this is. Down here we have the pause button. It's paused right now, so normal, fast forward, and then the options. And I did not know this. You can click and have a name. The aspirant? I'm trying to think if I have any, in Dead by Daylight, and I don't think I do. So I'm just gonna go with here. Yes. Okay. Alright. So there's a countdown timer, and this is where the management comes in, because you'll need to balance seconds. Some of these cards are temporary, others are not. So we got another thing here. This is the dream section, okay? Bear with me. Recall my dreams. Once again, I dream of a glow beneath the filthy skin of the world. The light through the black wood, the pale door, the old man. It's very abstract, right? So it's going to present this information with a very heavy hand on storytelling through these actual game moves. But let's see what we got, because this indicates there are things to pick up from working. Okay, well, we got some money. And we got some health. And we don't have our hospital porter card, so I guess that probably didn't work out as well. But now, since we don't have our porter job, what do we do? Well, we can open this up, and then we can click this, and the cards that can go here will highlight. And this will show you... What is this? Ability, benefactor. I think these are just categories of what you can do. You could put a job here, you could put an aspect here, so we have, like, health. And this matches the symbol, so we put health here. Honestly, it's just easier to click the empty thing and see what cards light up, and then make your decision from there. Some cards need other cards to work, but for now, we're just doing unskilled labor. Back-breaking work for meager pay. Is this the best I can do? You see kind of how the game's taking you down a story? Like it's trying to tell these things bit by bit. It's interesting, it's certainly interesting, but it's like I put the disclaimer, if your first language is not English and you're not playing like a translation, it can be a little, So, let's fast forward a little bit. Okay, I guess we're done dreaming, and then from dreaming comes the universal symbol for ideas. A change in the air. I need funds to live, but perhaps this recent upset in my circumstances is a secret blessing. Is there something to my dreams? There is a change in the air. So what did we get from dreams? It began when I spoke to the old man in the hospital. He knew my name, but he's dead now. The pneumonia. Why do I dream of him still? Why is the cobalt light in my dreams? Time is now passing. I got pneumonia twice in my life. Once it was walking pneumonia, which was the virus, and then the other time it was like the actual infection pneumonia. Second time almost killed me. So, please take that kind of thing seriously. So we got some passion and we got contentment. So I think what this is trying to do is it's trying to give you a story of someone who's going through the day-to-day struggle but wants more, and then turns to like that cultish not flair or flavor, but like just kind of that energy. So I can dream of money? What? Purchase a tincture of opium. Oh no, that's okay. I'm good. I don't need that not right now. At least I'm good. But I can dream of a potion. The moonlit road. I know this dream. A road crests a hilltop and the air is silver bright. Lore. Ah, yes. Okay, so I remember this. We do have to put something else here. You know how I was explaining, if I engage in an occult practice before I sleep, I might find the way to deeper dream. Remember how I was saying that some cards will require other cards or else it cancels out? This is what I was talking about. So we'll just have to wait for 60 seconds because we don't have anything that can go here to get that card back. All right, one more mechanic to adjust. So this right here is the passage of time. Time, the sundial's shadow passes. I must have funds to live or I will become ill. This is just taking money. This is, zoom out a little bit here, there we go. This is just the cost of playing the game. If you don't have anything to put here, you're going to become, like, ill. And basically what these cards represent, you can use them to get objects, but in this context, this would be, like, your rent, your food, your, you know, medicine if you need any, and things like that. It's just kind of like a thing. We will never interact with this, as far as I know, so I'm just gonna plonk that off the board right there, so we don't have to think about it, and it will automatically do what it needs to do. Okay, well, we got a little more money, we're tired, but we got some vitality here. Ooh. Exercise or something rarer has invigorated me. Use with another vitality to improve your abilities. It lasts only 3 minutes if you don't use it. So this is one of the things, contentment up here too is timed. Not all cards stay forever. This right here is having it recharge. So we can't use it right now, but after 57 seconds, we'll be able to use it. The more you use your skills, the more you collect from your skills, and the more you improve them or have the chance to improve them. But right now, we don't have any way to work. So... we're just kind of waiting for something to happen. We're waiting for this light bulb to proc at this point, because we need things that are there. See how it transitioned over to a different timer? A letter from a solicitor. The old man at the hospital, the one I dream of, has named me in his will. I will hear more soon. This is part of that storytelling. It's not always mandatory to click on something like that. Like, for example, our passion here. Rumpled fields, the wink of a river, a tingling chill. Because we didn't put anything else into it, I believe. And then it resulted again. Tonight I will dream of a museum. Oh, we did get something from it. Okay, well, I guess that was not a terrible idea. We got glimmering. My emotions run higher than usual. There are things I'll never understand, and those things will always be precious, but just now I am closer to them. Okay. So, this feels like a lot, and it is, but eventually, this is one of those games where you just kind of like, you gotta put things in places and then see what happens. So you know how we put health into work and then we got that? Because we put passion into one of these, this one, we got that. So the more you use these things, the more you're gonna get here, basically. Health is vitality, passion is glimmering. There's another one called reason, which is like logic, and what you get is called erudition, I believe. It's a lot of big words. Okay, well, I was actually going to wait to put help to, get more money and get a job, but this is over. So this was the part of the story where we were processing what the old man had to say. The old man has bequeathed me a sum of money. Aw, that's nice. And a packet of peculiar papers, poetry, riddles, metaphysical speculations. For the first time in months, here is some fuel for my reason. Study is unlocked. Okay. So, this icon means to study something. So we have our reason here. This is what I was talking about, right? But he gave us this. Oh, and he gave us we have 11. Okay, so we're okay for a little while as far as work goes. But we have to pay attention to this because this can run out quicker than you think. A package of peculiar papers from my correspondence executor. I must study it using either passion or reason. So we can't use passion right now. So we have two options. We could either wait 50 seconds and then study the bequest with passion, or we could study it with reason right now, which I am fine to do. This will send you down a certain path. Aspect Lantern. Life is a pure flame, and we live by an invisible sun within us. Thomas Brown. Lantern is the principle of the secret place, sometimes called the House of the Sun and the light above it. I know there are probably resources for all of this, but I just wish they were more present as you're playing the game. Yeah, so, okay. Alright, let me just start the process, and then, we'll see what's up. So, as far as dreaming goes, can we dream of health and get... You know what? I'm not gonna risk it. We're gonna go to work, we're gonna get some money, and then we're gonna get another one of these. And it looks like our study didn't take very long at all. My correspondent describes my dreams exactly. They use names that are instantly familiar: the house, the wood, the hours, the glory. They knew secrets beneath time and the skin of the world. A new curiosity burns in me. There is a note here, directions to a bookshop that does not advertise its wares. We got a lot of stuff. So, I think that the story that they're trying to tell here, is, hang on, we'll get to that, is that we were in that kind of mundane rut. We dreamed of something more. We literally had dreams of these things, and then we met an old man at our hospital job who passed away, who left us a package, or like some sort of item in his will that detailed everything we had dreamed of. So now we're thinking there may be more to this. Because we used reason, we got these down here. If we used passion to study that, we would have gotten different ones. So it's sending you on a path, right? It's part of the journey. Let's talk about this real quick. So, we have directions to Moorlands, which is where we get the fancy books that we can buy with our funds, or we have notes here on a possible collaborator, which is where we can meet people. And I think we want to meet people before we head to the bookshop. I don't think it's going to hurt you to do this later, but I just think it's probably better to do it now. I have a name, a description, and a few tantalizing details, but there are 1,000 faces in this city. Well, fortunately, we have notes to tell us. Don't think we want to dream of anything. So because we studied with reason, we got these two things here. A Watchman's Secret and Temptation Enlightenment. Ooh, I don't know what that was. It has been expressed like this. Each hour has its color, but color only exists where there is light. So that's what reason is, right? Like, it's logic, it's finding things out, it's understanding things. Therefore, it is enlightenment, which is kind of an elevated way of saying to understand things. And I guess the whole thing is like the light. Like, you know how we heard about the lantern, the lamp, the light? Like, the light will illuminate and all that. I don't remember what passions is. I don't remember. Perhaps I will, will I get another chance? Oh, I guess I don't get another. I don't know. I'm talking to myself. I need to move on. We've committed to this. We're doing this. But there are options to change this if we find that we don't particularly want to go down this road. Because this right here, and like especially, will determine what kind of cult we actually become a part of. This showed up right here. Exotic cravings. What hunger drives us? Obsessions. I don't have any of those. Ugh. I'm good. I don't need that ostrich meat. I'll make it through. Ooh. Okay. So we finished working with a collaborator. And now I have an address. I'll dispatch a letter and propose a meeting. Talk is unlocked. Talk is very important. That's why we wanted to look into a collaborator, was to get talk, because talk is how you get people, and people is how you get cult. We got some mystique from that. Ooh, that's gonna last a while. Uncanniness lingers. Mystique may attract the attention of hunters. They can't use it to build a case against you, but it will encourage them to look harder. You can use mystique for various things. It is kind of... There is actually notoriety in here. But for now, we're just gonna leave it alone. It can go over there for now. That's fine. Talk. This, I believe, will disappear after a minute, so I'm not gonna... Oh! Why'd you take my enlightenment? Hey! The Watchman's footsteps. Hunger grows in my brain. Hunger for the knowledge and the invisible arts might bring. So I guess we're... Oh, yeah, it does say it's a temptation, doesn't it? In an effort to talk more about this and to kind of, like, explain as much as possible, I keep missing what's right under my nose. The Watchman, who is the door in the eye, waits in my dreams. If I learn the lantern lore and I dream of this temptation, I can advance my purpose. The need gnaws at me. And we are restless. Ooh. We can study restlessness? What? What does this do? To study, one must generally sit quite still. Restlessness is rarely the ally of scholarship. So this can go here, but we can't do anything about it. How long does it last? Less than a minute? We're just gonna let it run out. For now, why don't we study the directions to the shop? Okay. Okay, so things have happened. The day is done and so am I, but I've earned my pay. Okay, so... We've got 2 vitality here, and one of them is about to run out. Oh, a lot of things happened. Okay, one at a time. One at a time. This also popped up. The Course of the Heart. Whenever the principle of the heart is implicated, I may gain vitality. Okay. I believe this is here just to be here. I don't 100% know. Okay, we are done talking. Ooh, we found someone. The reply to your letter is courteous if cautious. They are intrigued by how you found their name, intrigued enough to meet you. Cat Caro, an acquaintance. Oh, we got Cat. That's nice. So, we can talk to Cat, though we don't really have a whole lot to talk about her with. However, we can talk about this right here. Talking publicly about the invisible arts will attract attention. Perhaps that's what I want. Let's wait a minute and then see what happens there. There's a reason I'm waiting. Okay. We have a new one here. We're gonna wait. Find Moreland's shop. An ill-lit street at an ill-favored bend in a lesser river. A soft yellow light through a grimy window. Miss Moreland nods as I enter, but doesn't rise. I never ask the names of my clients, she informs me, before I have time to introduce myself. And we can explore places now. So this is our exploration. Let me move this up a little bit. This is where we go places. Now that I found a location, I can explore it. We can go to any place we find through here. Some of the places will have other prerequisites, but like if we just wanted to go to the shop, we could go there. But the reason we go there is to buy things. So we're going to take a tiny piece of money and head to the shop, and in 30 seconds we will get a random item. We also picked up an occult scrap. Secret histories are layered beneath the one we know, like the notes in rare wine. This is a detail from one of those histories. Exploring with this scrap of knowledge may uncover secret locations in the capital. Ooh. Okay, I guess we just get some vitality? Which works because our vitality burned up. Alright, we're going to exercise. That's what studying vitality does. It makes you exercise. Exercise makes you healthier. Just adjust that a little bit. So this is like the notoriety that I was talking about. If you earn Mystique, it'll go here and it will prompt other things from happening. The more your influence, the more this will pop up and present itself as an obstacle. Because if you're running a cult, you're going to be looked into. And I think we're fine for now, but it could become a problem later that we'll have to deal with. Alright. Ooh, we found something. So we went to the shop and we found a book. Is this Cunner or Cooner? I'm gonna say Cooner. I don't know. I don't know. And Gertz. Oh my god. Ausführliche Grammatik der Griechisch. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm assuming this is German. I'm so sorry if you speak German. A Greek grammar. An essential weapon for a ferocious struggle with challenging language. I'll say. So this is actually I believe, a translation book. We may find other books to unlock, and we use these translation books to learn the language of those books. As you could probably tell, I would not do very well at that, so. So, I believe it is probably time to get back to work. Let's just do our manual labor job. No problem. Go to work, everything's fine. And since we can explore secret locations in the city with this, why don't we go explore? Ooh, we have an adversary? My friend. A weary detective. This gentleman would much rather be left alone with his pipe and his illustrated London news, but no. Apparently some conjurer of abominations has to be hunted down like a mad dog. We're in the streets talking about lamps. I think this is a little bit far. Okay. One person on our tail is not really that much of a problem, though. So, regarding this, occasionally cards are just gonna get snatched. They're gonna get yoinked into this. Whenever you see a magnet, basically if the card exists and is needed and can be put there, it's just gonna automatically do it. It's one less thing to think about. This is a very, very much a go-with-the-flow game, I believe. Yeah, no. That person there means we're recruiting. We're recruiting people. Can we dream of reason? I guess we're dreaming of reason. Put cards in places and see what happens. The game. Okay, what's going on with this guy? The wrong kind of attention. The city is rife with journalists and detectives and other meddlers. How long will they leave me in peace? I maintain my position of we're just in this city talking about lamps, so we should be fine. Exercise the body. I've grown stronger. I've gained health, but it'll be more difficult to gain health next time. Yes. Okay. So, what that means is you'll need more vitality cards. Remember how we put 2 here? Next time you're gonna need 3. And I believe the next time after that you'll need 4, and I can't remember if you'll need more past that. But we got an extra health, which is good. Extra things are nice. And we are skilled. We have a stronger physique. I have benefited from exercise. Use this as 2 lessons learned to gain more health. It's basically a multiplier for what I just talked about. It's hard to explain. It's something that I'll just have to do. Periodically throughout this game, you can get sick, and you'll either need to use a health type card, or you'll have to buy medicine. So I will be trying to boost this a little bit more. My point is, you'll eventually see what I'm talking about. I'm not going to explain it any further. Aspect strength. I am strong by day as well as night. This may language. I can't even do my own. This may allow you to perform better as a manual laborer or as a dancer. Is that that kind of game? Is that kind of game? I didn't know it was that kind of game. Okay, so we can study some stuff. Ooh. Of course, I have a little Greek already, but I'll need more than a little. All right, yeah, let's get our translation going on. I'm surprised that was for Greek text and not German, but okay, that's cool. Pause. Oh. And we've got our pay for the day. And we've earned some vitality. So, because that vitality gave us an extra health card, we can actually go back to work right away. And the... Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. So, because we invested time and the, talking about the Watchman's secret, and we, I guess, used passion, we recruited somebody. We have Cat, but we also have Elridge, an acquaintance. An elegant man of inelegant habits. Might be able to recruit this acquaintance as a follower. He is mortal. He is an acquaintance. So we've got 2 people. We've got this here. In the interest of moving things along, I'm going to commit to the Watchman's secret as the cult foundation. You don't have to. You can keep going to Moorlands, you can continue to spend money, you can continue to find book chances, or invest different things and start a different cult. But the Watchman's secret and enlightenment, again, to move things along is what we're gonna do. So we met Cat. Let's talk to Cat. Together we might be more. Okay. Have a little chat with Cat. We got this here. Choose founding principles. Tradition and compulsion, old, new, or both together. Add lore to determine your cult's founding principles. This is lore. This goes here. This is our doctrine. Oh, I didn't read it, sorry. Establishing the mirror of glory in a cult society dedicated to understanding of the light that leaks from a fiercer place. Okay. We can get Cat back. That's nice. We don't need to talk to anyone right now. Did we get any secret locations? We did! We found St. Agnes's Hospital. They did good work here once. Certainly there were a few too many amputations. Oh my god. But then there are individuals one would prefer not to walk the city streets. No! That's not how that's supposed to go. Okay. So, this is an expedition. I could send an expedition here to find books, treasures, tools of power, but I'll need followers to send and funds to supply them. So we're not going to do that quite yet. We are just going to let the timer go for a bit. I just snatched another one of my monies. Okay. Nightmare the Cleansing Dawn? Now I can slough off my flesh, patch by patch, tugging the tendons free like fibers picked from teeth. You know, I would say this is a little dark, but I mean, my main content is Dead by Daylight, where you're trying to murder people who can't fight back in the cruelest of ways. So this is just like a literary par for the course, I believe. My skin lies like a shredded blanket. That, it kind of sounds like Springtrap's Maury there. The sun heaves itself above the horizon with a triumphant battle yell. That sounds like the killer we're about to get. The light falls like acid on my naked bones. Ugh. Pain wakes me. My bones will throb for days. I think this game knows what it's doing. If you know, you know. So we got fascination. Light leaks through the cracks. My mind is brighter than it ever was. The higher I rise, the more I see. There is madness in this game. There are different kinds of madness in this game. This is one of them. Okay. Improved my Greek. And now, we know Greek. So if we find any books that are written in Greek, we can translate them. So this, I am going to just keep over here for now. Okay. Give it just another second. What is this? A terrible clarity. Our purpose demands that we recognize truths that chill the spirit I must give of myself. Alright, so it only wants reason because it's an enlightenment route, so we give it reason. There's a lot of things here. If we go through all of these things every single time, we're gonna be here forever. So I'm just gonna move along. And if you want to buy the game and read them for yourself and absorb all the stuff, you are more than welcome to do that. Okay. So we've got our unskilled labor back. We've got more vitality. Let's go ahead and put health in there. And why don't we go ahead and study more of this so we can become stronger? So if we were, for example, if we had a job that was passion-based, I believe this is like you're an artist. Passion would produce more glimmering. If we had something that was reason-based, we would perhaps get more erudition through like studying and everything. And that's how you, again, I keep explaining the same thing over and over. I don't know what's going on. I don't usually do vocal commentary in my videos. I'm unpracticed with the most important aspects of it. Oh, my notoriety's dinging again. Okay, what's this? My first recruit. Okay, hang on. A cult with one member is only an unusual habit. Okay, yeah, no, that's a good way to put it. I must have a recruit. Well, you know, Kat Caro was our first lead. Why don't we go ahead and initiate her? Ooh, things are happening. So something just yoinked our fascination card, trembling in the air. The sun flickers like a shadow, dreams ripple behind the surface of mirrors. I must be careful not to drift from the waking world. Fascination may provoke visions. So you're just kind of, you're managing your madness, I guess, is what that automatically did. Converting clues to evidence. I am certain that my adversary has lodged a copy of their notes elsewhere with their solicitor, with their superior, or even with a contact in the press? Dude! Wait a minute, hang on now. Hold up. Hold up. We have 8.3 seconds until the cult actually forms. We're not even in a cult right now. My dude, you are working way too hard. A hunter has found evidence, real or imagined, of my sins? We've been talking about lamps and doing physical labor. What sins? We took a walk and found a hospital? We bought a book about Greek? What evidence? What sins?